Guys, did anyone miss me? No? I love the energy in the room. Give it up for yourselves. Awesome. Thank you so much, Liz and Casey, for all that energy. All right. And this is what exactly P2P is all about, okay? And now, let's move into our most anticipated segment. Up next, we have a very important session titled Hate Doesn't Age Well. Intergenerational storytelling about HIV stigma and building positive communities. This session is all about lived experiences from people living with HIV and the stories of how they built their communities. I am thrilled to introduce our moderator for this session, Damaris, who will guide the discussion with voices from multiple generations and backgrounds. This is an important session, so please pay attention and let's give them a round of applause.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hi,
We
everyone.
often learn how to live, love, and even hate through the stories passed down from generation to generation. But have you ever wondered what's missing from the stories we were given? The HIV epidemic may have started in the 80s, but some fear and misinformation still lingers today. In this session, Hate Doesn't Age Well, we will reflect, question, and learn to make room for the truths that stigma tries to silence. Remember, hate never ages well.
Wow. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. When I say Jen, you say? Jen? Jen? Zero. I see you sleeping. Zero? Okay, kindly, I'd like to request each and every one of you to stand. I want to give you an icebreaker to break the ice before we start our session. Kindly ask your neighbor to quickly stand up. Awesome. So I come from a country where we love to dance. How many Kenyans are in the house? How many Kenyans are in the house? So I come from Kenya and we really love to dance. So we have this dance challenge where I want you to partner with someone, two of you, in pairs of two, Hopefully you're in pairs of two, okay? So we're going to start with your, sorry guys, are you in two? Are you in pairs? Okay, so we are going to start with our right hand. So put your right hand over here. Is everyone seeing me? I can't see you at the back, I'm really sorry. And then put your left hand below your right hand. So while you do this, I want you to bounce one, while putting your right foot in front. So bounce one, and then change, come to the left side, and then two. Are we together? Okay, let's try that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. No, not in a hurry. Take it slow. We're not in a hurry. I don't want you to break yourself. Okay, let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. 1, 2. We'll do it 2 times, okay? So we start again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. Now here it's where it gets interesting. So turn to your neighbor. I said you're in pairs. So turn. While facing them, I'll use you, Ivana, as an example. I need you to squat a bit. So while looking at your partner, Ivana, I want you to put your hand here, no, like this. We're not going to shake hands, and you're not going to touch your neighbor's hand. So I want you to do 1. When I'm up, you're down. So it's 1. No. It's okay. So when I go up, your hand needs to be, so it's 1, 2, exchanging, okay? So we try 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You see that? I want you to try it. So turn.
A game, a video game or something.
Okay, let's try it. Have you? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There are people who are not doing it. Okay, so we start from the top, okay? Are you ready? But now while looking at your partner, We start. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 1, 2. Switch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Clap for yourselves. Thank you. You may have your seats. Did you enjoy that? Turn to your neighbor and ask them if they feel well. Check if they have a pulse. So right about now, I'd like our incredible speakers to introduce themselves and tell us who they are, what their journey has been like before we get into our next step. So I'll start with right at the end.
What my journey has been like?
Yes.
Hello. It's on. Hi, everybody. My name is Desi Jo Sutherland. Yeah, that's me. I'm 42 years old. I have lived with HIV diagnosis since I was 29 years old. And the journey has been literally exactly why we're all here. What it feels like to live with stigma, live with the expectations of the outside world and being so afraid of it, and how it forces us into boxes. So when I was diagnosed, and I say this all the time, when a person is given that diagnosis, seconds, the walls close in, I'm alone, the room is dark and it's cold. And I stayed there for 10 years. I've had huge milestones, like I put that sucker to sleep within a couple months, 1 pill a day, right? I was able to have children and not transmit. I was able to have 2 relationships and not transmit. Those were beautiful milestones that I shared with myself and my healthcare team in the darkness and the coldness of that box. It was a room of hundreds of other women with the same relatable heavies as me, where I walked in there and then all of a sudden 10 years of armor just poured off. And this room, like, why are we here? That same energy. Let's peel away the layers. We are safe together. And I was like, I picked up the mic for the very first time and said out loud in front of everybody, my name is Desi Jo, and I've had HIV since 2012. And I put it to sleep in 2012. It's been sleeping since. And where the heck were you guys for the past 10 years? Because I've been hiding in a box. And now I don't have to be in a box. So since 2022, I've done exactly this. Stand in a space confidently in front of the entire world with my most vulnerable parts. As afraid, as scary as I was in the beginning, I'm not scared anymore. And I can't tell you how amazing that feels, how freeing that feels to just be completely unafraid now. I don't belong in a box. Nobody does.
Thank you, Desi.
Thank you so much for sharing your story and introduction. My name is Yasir Ali Khan. I grew up in Pakistan and I born in Pakistan as a Muslim country and very conservative society. So I diagnosed in 2009. It was just like incident, just like diagnosed in a private clinic and no pre-consultation, just like no any information about HIV. So there was a taboo in AIDS. It has no treatment in back home. So just diagnosed and suffering with the treatment, looking for treatment. There was no very limited treatment available. And just struggling where I go for treatment, where I have to go, just like there was no treatment available in 2009, and searching, then I diagnosed, then I found some information about treatment. So since 2009 to 2013 was journey to just looking myself what I am now. I'm a positive person. Do I need to end my life? Do I need to go just like taboos, so hidden from everyone, and just my mother knows about my status. That's it. So then 2014, I started work for community work. I said, I think I have to work for community, and maybe I will accept myself. And I don't know how. Immediately, I came on TV on to 2014 on Pakistan television. It's just like I'm a positive person. I'm living a person who's just like living with treatment, a healthy life. It's like crazy. So after, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's just like it was a just discussion, and there was no, we never decide I will come out in the TV in front of people. And I said, come out, start treatment, we will help you. And it was, then after this, I just like make groups and start groups for positive community, for youth community. That time I was also youth. And just, still I'm 18 years old. Yeah, so then I realized there are so many gaps and people don't know about anything. We are not talking about sexual health. We are not talking about HIV. We are not talking about anything. I work for UNDP projects as a monitoring and evaluation. And then then I started university as well. People said, you cannot do your master's in this condition. And I said, why not? Because master, I mean, I'm positive, I'm working full-time job, and why not I can do, and they said, no, your immunes are weak, so you cannot do it. And I said, I can do it. So 2014 to 16, I did my master's, full-time job, 9 to 6 job, and just working globally. At that time, I was working for Asia, for increasing the availability of the treatment in Pakistan and East Asia, South Asia, for just like for the projects. So after that, I started drugs as well. It's just like so much, and married with a woman as well. So much trauma and drama. I have 2 children, by the way. Still, I'm 18. So just like story, when I'm just like completing my 2 minutes. It's just like 1 minute, right? So then I started drugs and just like just come out with the drug issues and injecting crystal meth, and I sexualized drugs for substance use for sexual purposes. Then I said, oh, I think I'm still activist. Let's do something about, because I've been through a lot in Pakistan, because taboo about criminalization and taboo together and religion make you so, and culture definitely. So it's too much trauma about injecting crystal meth and drug use and sex as well. So then I work for Asia, start again for amongst issues of chemsex and HIV, and so worked a lot with the UN directly and under the project of UN as well, with the Global Fund and different platforms as well, make toolkits, researches. You can search Yasser Ali Khan, just like researches and articles on online. And yeah, so after this, just like I'm here, I restarted my HIV buddies, which I started in back home. So you can search HIV buddies for South Asian, Middle Eastern, North African community and Muslim community who are suffering, struggling in Canada even, and not coming out. We are just like, we have same culture, same taboo, same community, so I'm just like trying to improve the services for them. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Asif.
Of Canada in the future, and I'm always honored to be invited. Thank you to the organizers. My name is Francisco Ibanez Carrasco. Forget the last name, it doesn't matter. My name is Francisco. I'm a professor, assistant professor at the Dalhousie School of Public Health in the University of Toronto, and I've done HIV community-based research. So I work with those like us, and I hope I honored people from coast to coast. This year alone, I've had the chance to be for different kinds of projects all the way to Vancouver, Regina, just came back from Charlottetown, and there's so much need amongst the young, amongst those of us aging. I'm 62. I became HIV positive as soon as I landed in Canada. Sorry about the cost. 62 years is expensive, right? So, and I glow in the dark. I took AZT, so that's, it's weird. What else wanted to tell you? I teach folks like you, and which is a great honor. I never take it for granted in the health promotion and the community-based research programs at the Davalana. And all I can say is, hey, you're young, have all the fun you had. I have had. You're too young to know who Liz Taylor is, but I've had more husbands than Liz Taylor. Google it. So live your lives right now. And I know we don't want to tell people to do the drugs and stuff like that, but sure, just have fun. You know what I mean? Like if you don't do it now, then it becomes like a really serious, and I'm sorry. I would not be invited. I love you all. Okay, thank you. Thanks for it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Ivan Ortigosa. First of all, I'm a trans woman of color in this city. My work is most to work for the trans community anywhere I want, anywhere I go. Because it's time to be out there. It's time to leave the trans community, come up in whatever way they have to, like I did, because I'm HIV positive for 25 years, and my time is not that great, because I was a street worker, and no was any resource for trans community and HIV. No was doctor who can treat hormone treatment and HIV treatment together, because the post two is no good. And in my mind, I was, no, it's not. So they tried to, the doctor I saw at the time, they tried to stop my treatment as a transitioning as a woman, because I was HIV positive. So I said, well, I will die because I'm never gonna stop to be happy in the person who I am. So I started knocking doors, I started going to organization, I started looking for people. I think in the time when I come up, I was the only trans person, public and face, to have HIV positive and work. And doing this work we're doing it all the time, speak up to people, to mention trans community is here, trans community is sick, and whatever you have to pass through, I do the same way, you know? I'm not different than anybody else. So I decided to start working for the community. So I start educating myself. I'm not academic. Whatever I speak like a live proof. I'm sorry if I swear a little bit, but it's the only way I can speak and people can understand what I said. You know what I mean? So like, I don't live with HIV. HIV live with me. You know what I mean? So it's no the guilty I have HIV. No, it's not like that. When I came up as a positive person, I told everybody else. My husband, my mom, my brother, everybody on the same time. I know 90% of these people never talked to me again. But 1% who was my partner and my husband now, he was with me all over the way. He never let me down, he never leave me alone. So that gave me more emphasis and strength to fight. So I did a lot of research on the community for trans people, and I work for Trans Pools. I was one of the organizing for trans people. I did a trans access project who was educating institutional on the city about trans community. I work in the finance team for 20 years for the trans community. And now I'm doing the same, like everybody who needs me to speak up about my community and my HIV and my experience, go ahead. I fucking put my face, sorry. I put my face there to do it. Like I do it today. So I'm not afraid to say I'm positive because I don't want that stigma in my back. I already have sex worker, trans woman, and now HIV. Forget it, fuck that. So I don't live with a stigma because everybody who know me know I'm positive, I'm trans, and I work for the community. So I don't have to explain to people my life because they don't live in my panties, and they don't live in my shoes. So I have to work out by myself to help other people, and this is what I do. So whatever people call me and let me know they need you, I will be there. And any of you who need me, I will be there too, because you never know. Your son, your brother, your dad, whatever member of the family come up as a trans, it's a big deal when it's hard to not be like that. You know, so imagine a person who wanna transition in and a positive at the same time. I jump on the balcony if I don't have any help. You know what I mean? So my my life is to dedicate it to that, to teach people life is not over because you're positive. It's different. I get married, I have sex, I have life, I have love, I have dog, I have house, I have everything. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry about my language.
No, it's okay, totally okay. Thank you very much. And to echo what you just said, you're not living with HIV. HIV is living in you. You're like the landlord. HIV is the tenant but doesn't pay rent. So it's funny. And to introduce myself again, my name is Damaris Nyamoya. As I mentioned, I come from Nairobi, Kenya. This is my first summit to host here in Canada, so kindly bear with me. And I was born and I live with HIV, and I'm proud of it. And I walk in the shoe, very proudful. And I'm happy to be here today. And as we are talking about hate does not age well, I know this theme reminds us of the resilience and how we have rebuilt and fought stigma in the society from where we came from and up to where we are right now. And I'd like to pose a few questions to the audience to get to know what information. How many remember how HIV was in the 80s and in the 90s? Anyone have a rough idea? We're talking about intergenerational. I know so many generations are in the room. Gen Zs, Gen Alpha, Boomers, I don't want to say, millennials. Who can picture the first epidemic of HIV in the 80s and in the 90s? And we have had our panelists speak about how it was back then. Who can remember? We have a hand there. And who has ever experienced or witnessed stigma? Has any of you ever experienced or witnessed stigma? Okay. And just to get your information a bit, who experienced stigma most in the different generation? Is it the millennials, Gen Zs, Boomers, or it's everyone? It's different for everyone. Sorry? Everyone. It's different for everyone or everyone? Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. A round of applause for her. So, and as we have had our panelists give their stories and share their stories, I have a few questions to pose to you in regards to your journey and also your experience and what you do. And I'll start with Yasir. You've worked at the intersection of HIV awareness, queer health, and harm reduction for over a decade. In your view, how has community organizations with queer spaces evolved since you first began and what intergenerational collaborations, have been most transformative in the breakdown of stigma?
Very big question. It's a long question.
It is, sorry.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I do not understand, but I'm coming on it. So the journey of the harm reduction, not only harm reduction, but the positive people living with HIV and drug use. So just like to raise the voice especially in Pakistan, like countries. So in 2018, when I raised this talk about we people are also suffering with the stimulants. So it was just like challenge, and then talking in the international forums and talking about the just like everywhere and getting a lot of stigma to work for positive community and Muslim community, and also using drugs and criminalized where the countries are criminalized for drug use and everywhere, I think, these days. So it was so very big challenge, but I think there was some hope. Everyone is just like closing door for you, but I always said, I always have a hope I will do something because I've been through a lot, and I will definitely do something for people who are still suffering with people. And today I received a message from a trans man, my friend, and he said, oh, I'm relapsing again and again. I said, okay, we are, I mean, everyone just like relapsing again and again. So this is just like, we have to just like give them a enable environment to just, and every time I'm talking about these things everywhere. And so I think still we have lack of collaborations in organizations. We are working for communities, but the collaboration is missing somewhere. So is it not only in Canada or in Pakistan, or is most of the organizations just like working for community, yes. But the thing is collaboration is missing for the communities. So when we are doing for community some work, we need to go for the collaborative work. Just like, hey, I'm working for LGBTI community and you are working for straight community, why not we can do something collaborative? I was vice chair of NAP, or network of people using drugs, and we make this network in Asia. So then it was a very good opportunity to talk with Harm Reduction International. Hey, when the director was there, I said, Nomi, why you're not including LGBTI community and youth community and drug use as well? And she said, we are thinking about it. So I said, okay, we can connect you with these people. So first time, 2023, we included LGBTI, drug use, and chemsex in Harm Reduction Conference, Melbourne. So just, and now it's continue everywhere. So it was just sometimes we need to pay attention on the issues and raise the issue. Anyone can do it. Just we need to do something.
Thank you. And quickly to come to Ivana, you have spoken. Yes. Because I like you. You have spoken openly about lack of resources and safety for trans women and sex workers living with HIV in the early decades. What changes have you seen or still hope to see to ensure that today's trans people don't face the same isolation and barriers you experienced?
Well, I have a lot to say about that.
You have time.
When I became positive, any organization in this city have nothing to do with trans. That was like scary for me because every door I knock, everybody look at me like, what am I gonna do with you? Where I put you? What I can do for you? And the answer is the same. What you do for your neighbor is the same what you do to me. Because my gender came first in my experience, as a positive trans woman when I don't have any resource. So the first person who helped me was from ACT. And now they not working anymore. I feel so bad for them because that was the first organization in this city who really care about HIV and AIDS. But they help me, not the way I want, but they give me hope. So that first step made me go to the next one, was PWA, where it's supposed to be for gay men and LGBT, but they don't even know nothing about trans. So when I go there, everybody look at me like, oh, an alien came out. So what are we gonna do? And I answered the same question. The same what you're doing to your brother as you're doing to me. The same hell. I'm not looking for any kind of something different. I want the same like everybody else. I want the pill. I want to get health. I want to live, because I have a lot of stigma in that time. Be a sex worker and be a street worker on the same time, and trans, and doing drugs. So that was like, take the wedge out of here, you know? But I fight, not only for me, but I fight for the people behind me, because I can tell you, it's hard to say that I'm HIV positive from to a lot of people. I don't have that anymore. I love to say it because I love to see the expression for people. Ooh, oh, no. But it's nothing really different. HIV man, HIV trans woman, HIV gay guy, a straight guy. It's nothing, it's not different. You know, it's the same treatment, it's the same kind of help, it's the same kind of thing you have too. So I bury, all this bury, I destroy it. So I start fighting, I start going everywhere when they need me about speak, even if they don't pay me, even if I have to beg in, let me speak, because I need to do it, I need to do it. So I'm glad I find an organization who help the trans community, and that time was HIV Network, who have a program inside they called REACH. And REACH was a team of trans people between men and women who work about HIV and trans community, because every trans community we was on the country, because we travel everywhere in Canada, to explain one don't have nothing to do with the other one. You need the right to get the medication. You have the right to get for resources. You have the right to get anything you need to survive. So thanks to Rich, we learn more about what is trans community. And believe me, I'm working in this kind of for 20 years now. And I always say, no light, you know, telling, yeah, I'm HIV positive, so what? It's like what happens if you have cancer? You're not gonna tell him, you have the stigma to have cancer, or the diabetes, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? More openly, you be with yourself, less stigma, you put it up there. That was my berry, but I break it up. And trust me, if somebody get in my way, I kick in his ball and get the fuck out, because I will continue on front to help. I'm 61 right now, and I'm still alive. So, and I'm still fighting.
Awesome, awesome, very interesting. And just to pose a question to all of you, and feel free to chime in and share your feedback. Across your different journeys, you've each witnessed how communities respond to stigma over time. What do you think has changed most, and what still has been in our society's view of people living with HIV and those who challenge prejudice?
You next.
No, it's either one of you.
You look good. It's a glow. So 40 years ago, I have to say that some things were really cool. In spite of all of us kind of dying on the street and fainting in public events and that kind of stuff, it was something very tragic. What was cool is that there was a very active political activism in HIV and AIDS, which kind of changed once the white gay men were already served and they kind of withdrew. And then all of a sudden we discovered that indigenous folks and folks of colors also had HIV. So I'm happy that they had the chance and they used the resources and their clout at that point to do it. But it's been super encouraging to see how now it's about everybody. Because there was that, and they had the public voice, right? And the question was about that. I'm older than she is, so I forget things.
Yeah.
We take some pills. Viva Zolos.
So let me read out the question again. So across your different journeys, you've each witnessed how communities respond to stigma over time.
Yeah, I kind of hate the word stigma. I tell you why, because I think it's like the word empowerment and the word community, which are so overused by the good people and also by our enemies. Yes, we do have enemies. That kind of goes a bit bankrupt. I mean, stigma can be anything. I mean, if someone looks at me wrong in the bus, I'm being stigmatized, but it's not, right? So what I think we need is a little bit more understanding of how stigma really happens on the ground, right? A lot of it, you are a generation that has learned to avoid that kind of language and that kind of direct attack. So we become, as we are Canadian, very polite about our stigma, right? So it's difficult to say at work that someone's, discriminating against me. And so you have to become a little bit more crafty at bringing it up and showing it. It does exist, right, in many different ways, against indigenous folks, against immigrants. Oh my God, immigrants, dirty word, right? And we're becoming protectionist and all of that. So I think it's well and alive. We've done a good job kind of bringing it to the fore, but at the same time, we've sent it underground. I think it exists, and it's very difficult to prove that you are stigmatizing me. I challenge you to do that in every community work, in every group that you belong to, online, everywhere. I think it still exists. And it's not only about the way I fuck or who fucks me, but I'm versatile. But good marketing. It was, hey, on top of that, I'm a daddy, so I practice BDSM. I can't, then there's kind of a silence, and there's like, whoa, too many things on the same person. So stigma is layered. We all carry it with us, but we also carry in our shoulders our ancestors, right? The people that came before us and paved the way. That's all I have to say about stigma.
Can I say something about the stigma? Stigma is a word, and you have the power to give your value or not. So somebody said, I have a stigma. You said, no, it's a word. You don't have any stigma. That's the society put that on us. So when you be honest to yourself and be honest to people around you, to your family, your friend, your brother, whatever who is beside you, that stigma is gone. Because you don't have to hide anything to anybody. You know what I mean? So a stigma is a word, erase it from the dictionary, really, because we don't need that shit. Really, we don't. Because every person who have be obese or, I don't kind of say that, but ugly or cute or whatever, they always have a stigma about it. Oh, I'm too fat, I can use that. The people kind of thinking, I don't care. You know what I mean? So even when you go to the beach and you don't have that beach body and you want to use 2 pieces, use it. I don't care what people kind of thinking, whatever, if I have my belly up or whatever, or my bum or whatever. That stigma is not on me, it's in them. You know what I mean? So don't get that on to yourself, because it's the worst thing you can do to yourself. Somebody stigmatizes you, you give it a finger and say, get the fuck out.
And Desi, kindly, what are your thoughts?
I'm totally chiming in. Sorry. That's awesome. You see, I'm like, I was diagnosed in 2012. And my friends have had so much more years of experience in this stage, in settings of creating that safe space. The day I walked into that room with hundreds of people, that knew exactly what the hell this hell felt like, that was what took off all my armor. And they come as they are. There is no expectations of me to be anything else but myself. And I think that's what our people need. When I say our people, I mean like the entirety of us. How can we come as we are if I'm coming into settings where there's unrealistic expectations of me? For example, I'm from Saskatchewan, and a community reached out, and they were talking about results that happened in the community, and they were worried about like how can we reach the people? I was like, well, I don't really think anyone's gonna come and see you. They're probably sitting in the box I was in 13 years ago. Well, how do we reach them? Well, you need to bring in lived experience. You need to bring a relatable energy in there. Well, how do we do that? I can't speak on situations and experiences that I haven't lived. So you need a panel of experience across the board that isn't going to target a specific diagnosis, but the lived experiences and the heavies and the milestones with a strength-based takeaway. But you know what? Let's put HIV in there. Let's not just put a big spotlight on it as if it's something that, we know it's here and here we are. No, let's bring in come as we are energy. And, I also got HIV. That sucker's asleep. And it doesn't single out anybody. And we did. I gathered a couple more peers. Like, you need a panel of experience, ages, genders, like pronoun. You need the whole frickin', a whole ass table of experience up there. And when we were done, I'm sure there was not a dry eye in the room. And that is what relatable energies does in a room, in a setting, as a come as you are. When it comes to stigma, can we get it out of the, it is. Stigma is what you think about me. And if I'm gonna internalize that shit, I just gave you my power. I've been doing that my entire life, and I'm 42 years old. I've been out that box for the past 3 years, 20. See, it also reflects on our age. It's like, what's that question again? Okay, it's 2025, and I've been here since 2022, and I'm still gonna be here for the rest of my life, but I've been letting the world tell me what they think of me, and me allowing that to just be for all my life. So stigma isn't something that I need to break. Maybe it's a look in your mirror thing, because everything that I don't like about somebody, there's probably a mirror facing at a deeper rooted reason why you just frickin' irk me. And that comes from my survival mode. And now I am sick and tired of being in this box. And I can call out your stigma, I can call out your bias, I can call out all of that, or I can just look in the mirror and say, hey, you're giving her your power. You don't have to be in survival mode anymore. You don't have to be scared anymore. You are in safe space. And if you feel like you're in survival mode in different spaces, hell, girl, those aren't your spaces. And that's okay. That means that not everyone's gonna be my cup of tea, and I'm not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. Sure as shit, that would make us robots. I'm pretty sure we're not robots. How can I meet another human being as another human being? That's it. Keep it simple.
Yes, he has
So,
one source.
For me, stigma is just like power, I think. I mean, stigma make me more empowered, I think. So initially, stigma make me ashamed initially. But now I'm sitting here. It's just like power for me. So every time stigma make me more power, giving me, okay, people are still stigmatized community. I mean, and especially for why only positive community? So I mean, they are using cars. They are trust on science. They are trust on treatments, other treatments, but still stigma with HIV, and especially in drug use as well. And but stigma is everywhere. You just need to. I mean, I always challenge people. I think you are still illiterate. You just need to know more about things. You need to go to school. I don't think so. School, I mean, or need to know more. And because I'm running a campaign about Talking Buddies. Talking Buddies is talking about stigma. So Talking Buddies in my HIV Buddies campaign is it's especially on dating apps. And every time, because I'm from backward community, and South Asian, Arabic, Persian, and all communities are still suffering with these stigmas. And initially people are just like in Pakistan, people said, oh, we need to just like complain about you, or FIR or CIA will arrest you too because you're spreading HIV. So, and still it's just like same in back home, and over here it's just like GTA is providing a good services, or or just like metropolitan cities are providing services for HIV and education, but there with the other cities, just like small towns, are still creating a lot of stigma. So we are still fighting for stigma, and we are challenging stigma as well. So I think this is a time to just like talk more about. So when you're talking more, just like showing up, every time I'm showing up, okay, you don't want to sit with me? Please go ahead. I'm here. So yes, so this is your problem, not my problem. So every time on media and sitting here is just like a big challenge to sit, I mean, to give them challenge. Hey, I'm here, and just like competing stigma. So stigma is everywhere. How you need to perform and respond, this is a challenge.
Thank you very much, and a round of applause for each and every one of them. And as you've said, we're evolving, and soon we don't need to be talking about the same old thing. We are way past stigmatizing anyone about their HIV status. We are outgrowing that stage. And Dr. Francisco, just a question to you before we close up. You've often blended research. You spoke about research and digital education and lived experiences to challenge stigma. I know you don't like that word, sorry about it. But how can we better connect community wisdom with academic spaces so that young people don't just study activism, they inherit it and advance it?
Okay, so let me see if I understand this. I think you have a voice that we did not have 30 or 40 years ago, including social media, and we know that it works. You know how to use it. I think we still need to be angry. Actually, this sounds like out of left field, but I am angry today, for example, that instead of spending more money in the kinds of services and programs that we need across this country, we're spending $1 billion in weapons and soldiers. I love soldiers, they're cute, I know, Serena, I know. Soldiers are very hot, and we gay men love boots. But I don't understand the switcheroo here to not have, mental health. I mean, go out in the street. You're seeing what's going on with mental health in this city alone, and it's happening across the country. Channel your anger, right? I know we're Canadian. We don't like to show anger. We get very nervous about it. Well, fuck that shit. Sorry. I thought you were saying, just shut up, old man. So one's the reason. Fight academia. Academia is huge hierarchy, and it's a business. It stopped being about knowledge and it's a business. So for us, for a person like me with little power within academia, is to really try to elevate and push the students who are struggling to pay their, to pay their money and to honor their families who've struggled really hard to get them there, to be both activists and intellectuals at the same time, because you can do everything. I think that's the ticket.
Thank you. And lastly, Serena, I'm really sorry about this, but I have to ask this question to Daisy before we close.
Bring it on.
So you've worked to create safe spaces with indigenous communities while living openly about your status. How do traditional teachings, community care, and indigenous approaches to healing influence the way we talk about stigma and resilience today?
I really wanted to go into the coming as I am energy, which is exactly what you're going to find in ceremony. It is a come as you are energy. And I work in my own community, and there was a Sundance this past summer where I'm going in that day, but there's this truck full of community members who are painted with the lens of the addictions, the lifestyle, and their eyes went really big when I walked towards their window, and it's like, if you're not doing anything this weekend, we're having a Sundance. Really? Like, their eyes like, I can come? Don't I have to be clean and sober for like 4 days? Well, you just said that you were clean. You're asking me if you need to be clean for 4 days. That is you telling me that you're dirty. Oh, I gotta wrap it up. Okay, the come as you are energy. You're gonna find that in ceremony. I came as I am, my most vulnerable parts at the forefront, and I am safe here. This in itself is a ceremony. I have given you the come as you are energy and allowed you guys, all of you in this room, come as you are. Don't be afraid to just be. And if you're a mess, hell, let's go do this together. It's, I'm gonna wrap it up really quick. My daughter is 25 years old, and she's 26, actually. She's gonna be 26 in February. You know what I told her? Oh my God, my girl, you're so stubborn, you're so bullheaded, you're so loud, and you're doing everything you can in your power to get what you want, even if what you want right now isn't bringing out the best in you. But baby, once you plant your feet on the ground, you're stubborn, you're bullheaded, you're loud, and you know how to get what you want. That's your superpower. As much as it's looked as though it's something that, oh, that makes her a bad person or a bad influence, shit, that's your superpower. Why do I do what I do? Because 50 to 60 years from now, I'm not gonna be here. My grandchildren are gonna be here. You're all going to be here. And if I haven't done everything in my power to try and help implement change where it matters, the community, the people, the come as you are energy, then what the hell am I doing? I'm not gonna be here. You will be. Everything that you think is a weakness of you is actually a superpower and a strength. Change your lens. You guys are fucking amazing.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for our panelists. What amazing stories and inspirational journeys. Thank you so much. And we standing ovation for them. They deserve a standing ovation.